Welcome to Foundations TV, everybody. We are here on location at Nashua Soup Kitchen with Shefali Desai Kalyani, right?
That's right, Shefali Desai Kalyani.
Welcome to Foundations TV, Shefali.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Oh, absolutely. A pleasure. And we are here to cover a very unique sort of service that Shefali provides. Now, Shefali, I have to say, is an IT professional full-time. And besides what most of us end up spending our lives with, she has added on a really, really nice aspect into her life, which is giving. And she obviously derives a whole lot of pleasure and a whole lot of joy from it. She's been doing it for about 2.5 years. And she does it every single weekend of the year. Hats off to you, Shefali, for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
So tell us more about We Care Charity first.
So We Care Charity was born with the simple concept of wanting to feed people. And as I was trying to tell you earlier, that's exactly what happened. We called this place right here 2.5 years ago, Nashua Soup Kitchen. And they told us that, we're all set. We don't really need help right now. They had churches and other organizations coming in and doing it. I called other places and same thing. They didn't need help. I was kind of disheartened thinking, here I am trying to help and they didn't need any. That is a good problem to have. So then a few months went by and all of a sudden one time I get a call from Nashua Soup Kitchen saying, we could use a help because somebody backed out or what have you. Lucky for me. They said, would you like to come in and cook? I was so excited. I said, yeah, I'm coming in, I'll cook. I said, by the way, how many people? They said 200. My jaw dropped. I had never cooked for 200 people before in my life. So I said, seriously, 200? They said, yeah, is that going to be a problem? I said, no problem at all. I came home. This was at work. I had this conversation on the phone. I came home and I told my husband, I said, we're going to be cooking for 200 people at Nashua Soup Kitchen. He said, we're going to what? And the rest is history, actually. What we did is that was our very first meal we cooked. And we had few volunteers who came in and helped, our friends. And few were lined up. They had no choice because I said, this is way too big than what I had expected. We cooked the people who came to the soup kitchen. We were new for them. And they really treated us so nicely. And the feeling I got after cooking here and serving that many people, I can't describe it. But it was something that I said, I'll never stop doing this. And that's how this was born. And after that, we did it a couple more months. And then Nashua Soup Kitchen asked us on their own, would you like to be a permanent member and come in here once a month, every month?
Lovely. Now, you said you made a few calls and you're already serving in 5 different places, including Nashua Soup Kitchen. So was this the first experience that you just described?
Yes.
This was the first one?
Very first one.
Okay.
And right after that, Portsmouth Soup Kitchen called because the word does get out, believe me.
Yeah.
And they called me. And Portsmouth Soup Kitchen is smaller than this.
Okay.
And we agreed. And same deal there. And after that, we're receiving calls from Manchester, but I'm kind of holding it off because
you have a whole lot on your
plate. It takes a lot,
now.
yeah.
Okay.
And I don't want to say no to something when I start.
Right.
So it's something that we still, I think about it every so often, but I haven't really had a chance to do that because besides this, we also do a lot with children's homes.
Right. So.
Now,
Now, staying with the Nashua Soup Kitchen right now, you have a huge meal that you cook here once a month. So tell us what it takes for you to do that, like groceries, and how long ago do you, how long does it take for you to plan it out and the menu? How does it all work out?
So before it took a lot longer, but as time goes by, you also get, you know how much you need, what's required, so you're more comfortable. My first 2-3 months, it took me, I was the most confused soul on earth walking around. How many spaghetti? How many meatballs? What do I do?
It was the first time you were doing it.
It was
It's
garlic bread. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What if they eat more than one garlic bread?
Right.
What's going to, it was a lot that it took. I think as time went by, now I plan something by, so if we're cooking on Saturday, my husband and I will sit down and first see who is coming in to help us out. Based on that, we will make the menu.
So you have volunteers
yes.
from the community
We
who
have
come
most
in.
volunteers, as you see in the back here. They're all they're mostly my friends. A lot of them call me up that I didn't know before, now are my friends.
Right.
So my friend circle is growing.
That's
and
wonderful.
people that, I look at it this way. Maybe it's a little bit spiritual in me that who is supposed to be here are here.
That's good.
So that's how I look at it. There is no invitation. You want to come and help out? You're more than welcome. So to answer your question, I would say by Wednesday we decide what we're going to cook.
Okay.
Thursday, if it's any kind of meats that I need to order, I order ahead of time, because to call up Market Basket and say I need 300 pounds of chicken, that's not easy.
Right,
so I need to tell them way ahead of time.
Right.
But if it's something regular meal that we're making, spaghetti and all of that, then I can just go in Walmart or BJ's or what have you, and I pick up what I need to.
Okay.
But by Thursday and by Friday latest, everything is packed and ordered and brought into my home. And
So it's
Saturday
stored
morning,
in your home?
Except if it's fresh meats, then I have to pick up Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Like this morning, we left early to
Right.
pick it up because I have no space in my basement or my freezer or refrigerator for that matter.
Right.
So we do that, and then
Okay.
we come in here and then we cook.
Okay, okay. Now, you're not only doing a service yourself, but you're also providing a channel for so many people who want to give and who want to get that feeling of, during the holiday season or any time throughout the year, on a birthday in a family or any celebration, they want to give. So one way is, of course, they can come and they can volunteer their time. Is there another way they can help out?
So a lot of times people do give us donations on their family names, saying that this is what we want to do, and they give us a check for it. We send them pictures, which is on Facebook all the time anyways.
Right.
A lot of times they give us, things such as rice, pasta. For example, one of the organizations, every year, they give us a lot of donations, non-perishables, such as pasta sauce. I give a list of what I'm looking for, and they go out and buy it, and they give it to me.
Okay.
I did want to clear up one point here, because there's an Indian community here. One of the reasons that I became a nonprofit is because we do serve what people want to eat, not what we think they should eat.
Right.
So we do serve meat here.
Right.
However, if you're a vegetarian, and a lot of people have a lot of issues with that,
Sure.
there's only one meat item that's being served.
Okay.
Everything else is a vegetarian item.
Okay.
So a lot of people here who are helping today even are vegetarians.
Okay.
They just don't touch that part.
Right.
But there's so much other work that needs done.
Right,
So
right.
it's a little bit of a stigma with Indian community, and I want to clear that up.
Yeah,
and this would be
sure.
the perfect time to do so.
Yeah, that's great. So you are getting the word out there through social media, and you are getting the word out there, of course, word of mouth, and people who come here go out and talk about it. And this is another way. We're hoping that it will get out and people would
Yes,
find out more about it.
Absolutely.
So that's wonderful. That is wonderful. So what is your vision going forward? How do you hope to, are you looking to grow it further, or are you looking for continued support? What are you looking
Absolutely. I am looking to grow it forward. What I'm trying to do right now is, as I said, I was thinking about Manchester, and Manchester is huge. So that means more people, volunteers, more expense. So I need to make sure that that's something I can handle, so that my next vision is Manchester, to feed Manchester Soup Kitchen. People talk about coming towards south. I haven't really, there is one in Lawrence, which is next town from me. They have about 475 guests that get served every single night, which is huge. So I have the two options. I haven't really looked too much into it, but one of the two locations would be something I'd like to at least try it.
Now, this must require so much dedication to continue to do something so selflessly all the time. It's really amazing, incredible, Shefali. We're so proud of you as a community.
Thank you. Thank you. It's no, honest to God, it's not so much me and the help in there. And it's too bad that you can't tape the people coming in here.
Right.
But when you see them and when you talk to them, it puts everything in my life into perspective.
I can see it on your face right now.
It really,
No,
really does.
honestly,
It really, really does.
You have that glow on your face, which only comes when you give.
Thank you. I honestly feel we, including me before, we get worked up on the smallest little things in life, He said, she said, and
And they're so petty and so meaningless.
And all I ask you is just come one day and serve with me.
Yes,
And a lot will change over time, because what these people want is something that you would discard in 10 seconds.
Right.
And to them, that's a big achievement.
Right.
So I think, you do enough of that and everything else kind of takes a second stand.
I totally understand what you're saying. You're adding meaning to life, to your life, and to so many other lives. You're adding so much soulfulness, I would say, to the entire community. It's really beautiful. And I know you also do something with children. So tell us something about. I know that's your favorite subject. I want to hear more about it.
Closest to my heart, my babies.
Let's hear more about it.
Yes, very close to my heart. Here, of course, they're all adults. And not that I don't sympathize with them. I do. But, you know, these are the choices they made in life. They are where they are because of choices they made. Those kids, they didn't make those choices. They were brought there because their parents couldn't handle. There is drug addiction, alcohol issues, abuse, which is the worst of it all. And they just show up there. And I have myself seen, I work with Nashua, Portsmouth, and Dover Children's Home. My very first time I was in Portsmouth Children's Home, and I was cooking there. And one example, one woman brings her 12-year-old by her hand, brings her in and says, I don't want anything to do with her. Keep her. And I'm in the kitchen. And I had tears running down my eyes. I cried all the way home, and I said, I don't think I can do this. Yet again, I was there next week, and next week, and next week. Now that little girl is closest friend of mine. Yeah. And she's so close that she could come up and ask me for anything, and she knows I'll do it. Same experiences, different shelters, different places, children's home, Nashua, Dover. It's the same story. It's not different faces, same stories. And I've gotten very close to all of them. And the thing is about kids is it's very easy to please them. They're very giving.
They're simple-hearted.
They're very giving. They're very forgiving.
Yes.
They're very forgiving.
Yes.
And it's us who hold grudges. They don't.
They don't.
They really don't.
No, they're very
and
fresh
and they really all they need is someone to listen to them and someone to love them. That's it. They're not asking for the world. In fact, sometimes I used to come home and tell my kids, you know, you guys are so spoiled. Look at the examples.
Privileged is the word. They are privileged. Privileged to have you as a mom, somebody who is becoming such a useful asset.
They
for
do
so
call me
many
mom.
kids. Yes. Oh, they do.
They do. A lot of them call me mom.
That is so
I used to tell
sweet.
them I'm mom for a meal. And they
Aw.
said, no, I don't think so. I think you're a mom. And then there are a lot of people, kids actually, they introduce me to their friends as their mom.
That is
And
amazing. That is
My kids do
amazing.
get jealous every so often.
Yeah. That is amazing. That is such an incredible story. It's very heartwarming and very touching to listen to everything that you shared today. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity here. Thanks.
We have with us Carol, who is a volunteer at Nashua Soup Kitchen. And Carol, please tell us what else does, I mean, there's so much I noticed when I walked in. So I'd love to
Right.
hear about everything that Nashua Soup Kitchen does.
Sure, I'd love to tell you. I've been with the Nashua Soup Kitchen and Shelter for almost 15 years now. A typical day at the Soup Kitchen would be our volunteers are coming in to serve breakfast, and we do that Monday through Friday between 7 and 8. And then we have other volunteers that come in to help us unload our perishables because we go out in our truck and go around to a lot of places in the communities. We go to Hannaford's, we go to Costco, we go to Target and Walmart. There's many places that we go and pick up all their perishable items on a daily basis so that we can give them out here at the Soup Kitchen. So we do need volunteers. Volunteers help separate everything that comes in, and then we put it in the food pantry. We have a food pantry that's open to anybody in the community in need who needs food. It's open Monday through Friday from 11 to 2:45. So if you know a neighbor, a friend, a family member that might be struggling with what we call food insecurity, it means that they just don't have enough money to buy food, that they can come here to get food to bring home to feed their families. When the food pantry closes, we, as you can see behind us, we've got a great bunch of chefs in the kitchen, and we do serve dinner here every single day of the year. So Monday through Saturday, we have an evening meal, which is from 4:30 to 6, and on Sunday, we serve a noontime meal from 12 to 1:30.
So about how many people come in every night for dinner?
Well, for breakfast, we have between 90 and 120 people come in that 1 hour. For dinner, it depends on what day of the month it is. So we're towards the end of the month right now. We probably have between 200 and 250 people coming in towards the end of the month.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
very busy.
That
yes.
is amazing. And you've been doing it for 15 years, you said.
Yes, yes. And as our name says, Nashua Soup Kitchen and Shelter, we do a little bit more than than feed
tell us
people.
about it, yeah.
We have 2 shelters. We have a single woman and family shelter, and we have a single man and family shelter. Families and individuals can come in who are homeless, who are living in their car, who are staying with family or friends because they don't have their own place to stay. And we have an emergency shelter where, we will take folks in. Right now, on average, a family stays with us about 4 months before they can get back on their feet. We also have an education and employment advocate. That person helps somebody who doesn't have a job, who has lost a job, who has never had a job before, get their resume ready, practice for an interview, get them ready so that they can find a job that they can afford to live in their own place and stay that way.
That's wonderful. So it's not just a soup kitchen. There's so many
Right.
other things that you're giving out to the world out there. People who are in
Absolutely.
need.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes.
I have to say good job.
Okay. Thank you.
This is the main seating area for all the people who come in at 4:30 to eat dinner. It's open 4:30 to 6. So this is the actual sitting area. All this. On the other side, we have, and I can show you, we have just families. Before, what was happening is we had only 4 to 5 for families, and then 5 to 6 o'clock we had also, for everyone else. But now we've combined that, and they've made a family area separate. These are all the jackets. A lot of them I've left here myself for people in need. We've had good weather so far, but a lot of times we have cold and it's really raw outside. A lot of my homeless friends, they come in here freezing. They pick up one of the jackets that they need, and they're warm.
And they get to bring it with
They can
them?
bring it home. It's theirs. These are all for giveaways.
So if people want to donate, they can
If they
donate
want to
jackets
donate,
too.
yes, they can. And this is for all soup kitchens, not here. It's anywhere. They can also donate it there. They can leave it at soup kitchen. They will keep it like this, and then they can, they can take the folks can take it home. So this is the kitchen. If you want to take a quick video or a picture. Hey, you guys, can you come here for a minute? Yes. Where's the other 2? Oh, they left? Okay. So this is all through for now. Vinay, you want to say hi? That's my husband. That's my friend Jim.
Hi.
This is my friend Rupali. We had 2 volunteers who just left. And massive cooking going on right about now. And of course, this is not all here at the time. These are the serving quarters right here, all these. And we would have different items on each one. We would have volunteers standing. Typically, we have 3 people standing here for serving food. We have all the plates here, which we count for 25, and we put a plastic over it so we know how many plates we serve. And we serve each one, and we put the plate here. As the guests come from there, they pick up the plates. They go on that table on the other side. That's where we keep our salad. So they would help with the salad and the food from here. Then they would go there and have a seat, and they're ready whenever they want seconds. They are more than welcome to come back. There's general rule in a lot of soup kitchens saying you have to wait 20 minutes before you have seconds, except for when I come in. When I come in, there is no rule like that. And so they are all here and they eat and they have enjoyed. And this one is my helper. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
My name is Mahad.
She's Mahad.
14 years old, 9th grade.
And going to which school?
Acton Boxford Regional High School.
So Mehak, tell us, what are you doing here today?
This is my first time here helping. I cut some vegetables and I help my mom make garlic bread.
We have a lot of kids coming in here. We do have a lot of children who come in when they need the extra hours as well for school. And they come in and they help us cook with that. Because I'm a non-profit 501c3, I can sign off on whatever the requirements are for school, you know, for their extra activity or extracurricular for services. I can do as well.
Excellent. So Mehak, are you planning to stay for the serving time as well?
I'm not sure.
Not sure yet. Okay. But tell us how you felt doing this today.
It was a lot of fun. I really liked it, and I feel really good that it's for a good cause.
That's wonderful. Do you look forward to coming back here?
Yes.
Excellent.
All right. The refrigerator can be used while we're cooking here.
21-year-old, my 18-year-old, and my 9-year-old.
Okay.
Then
They're not too serious, but it's fun.
these are for food to go for the folks who come in. A lot of times the little kids don't want to eat what we have. They want something different. They want juice boxes or they want Lunchables. So we keep all these here. We sometimes buy it as well and we leave it here for them to pick up on their way out. They have sometimes they have Coke, small milks for the kids, small yogurts. So this is mainly for the kids if they have, you know, sometimes fussy children who don't want to eat what we are serving them, but we don't want them to go hungry.
Sure.
So that's exactly what it says. So a lot of guests, they come here, and we try not to use the word homeless. We say guests because that's exactly what it is. It's kind of demeaning sometimes to say that. So when the guests come in here, a lot of times they're hungry and they just want something to pick up and go. And that's where we have all the extra breads. It's not really cooked, something they can just take and move on as they want. They also have ladies' room, men's room. They have laundry for those who are around here in the shelters and they can't really afford to spend money for the laundry. So they have that. They also have showers. This is the best thing here that they did. A lot of times when we have people, it was very difficult to serve them also. They just, you know, they've been on streets and I can imagine how it would be. But now they can come in here. Of course they have restrictions and timings and what have you, but they can come in and clean up. And then they can do their own laundry. And then they eat and then they go. They're still on the road and on the streets, but at least there's some dignity behind it. So a lot of the folks who come in here to eat and to shower and for shelters, they keep their own lockers here. They have to, sometimes the shelter provides this, sometimes they have to buy, but they can basically keep their valuables here. So what you see here is
All the
massive
frozen
amount of
stuff,
donation.
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
It's incredible.
This is, we have some, we have, this is the actual place where they store everything, and I mean everything. So you can look around. These are all the breads, all the canned food, cereal, breakfast items. What they do basically is on daily basis, they make boxes to go for families. So a lot of these families who are in shelters, they come in here and it's gone by last name, so A through K on one day and things like that. They come in here and they pick up what they need, of course with supervision, and then they can take it home and they can cook. That's where most of these things are stored. One of the questions, Gauri, you had asked is, what kind of people are these? So not every single person who come in here are homeless. A lot of them are in shelters, like I had mentioned to you earlier. So shelters meaning, you know, they're being helped because of their issues with alcohol, drug abuse. They're being prepped for work and once they find the proper work, even if it's at Walmart or what have you, part-time jobs, they get they get help with even transportation going back and forth, but they live still at the shelter. Then they come in here for food. Then they move up to another location where they have their own apartment, but it's a low-income housing where the rent is something they can totally afford even after they work here in any of these places full-time. They still come in here and they can help themselves with the groceries, what they need from here, but they're more accountable for what they do. And that's how they basically learn the skills which was lacking earlier for one reason or the other. And that's how they go through people literally from streets to now having their own apartments and having jobs.
It's beautiful.
Mainly like breakfast and rice and paper product items that that
They
place
would
didn't
need
have
to
enough.
serve
Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. So, and it is all donations from a lot of kind people.
Wonderful. So there's channels out there. You just got to find them.
Yes, yes.